Okay, so today's ride is going to head towards Thorpe Merritt and Lenwade from Hellesdon. So with the bike, done a few changes on it, got rid of that horrible front wheel drive and gone for a rear. So today's really a test run. I've had lots of snagging things I've done in the last few days, but today will be a test run to make sure everything's okay. The only thing I don't like is that the motor axle is not very far in the frame. That's my biggest concern. It's probably about 3/4 in the drop out, but a quarter of it's not in, so that's a bit of a worry. But we'll see what happens. Here we go. Pigeon, fuck off. That whistling noise is my rear brake just touching on the disc. It's got 27.5-inch wheel in the front, 26 in the back. This bike did originally take 27.5-inch wheels. Quite a pleasant morning, not too cold. No rain. In terms of the tyres, they're both tubeless, both injected with tyre sealant in case, which has been great. pulling around 150 watts to 200. So what I found with the rear wheel drive on this bike is that it pulls a lot more wattage than the front one did. The front wheel only ever really pulled 150-200 watts on straight pieces of ground, level ground. This is currently pulling the same, but if I put any load on it at all, then it will increase considerably up to 1000 watts. Of course, that's not speed, that's torque and power going to the motor. It doesn't really equate to much speed on this bike. So I've left the Voil marked rear cog on this wheel. I put it on the lowest, we've gone for a 1x system on it. Again, this track is really hard packed with shale on top, which is just beautiful this time of year. But in the wet it's really draggy, so that aircraft just took off out of Norwich straight in the cloud base. It's so low. The cloud's probably about 400-500 foot with haze, mist. Very humid here yesterday. In London they had 98% humidity. Morning. So Royal Mart doing that rear wheel kit for 119. That's a lot of kit for 119 quid. That's a really cheap upgrade. Of course, the most expensive things are bloody batteries. And they're so big still at the moment. I'm sure in time there'll be tiny little LiPo batteries on them, but at the moment they're still pretty big and heavy with the 18 365 cells, whatever they are, the laptop cells. So I've ordered a new tensioner for my chain because the one I've got on here is a piece of shite. And that should be here today, hopefully. A bigger roller. Okay, we're riding into Drayton. Morning. Back to these little switchbacks. Morning. Frozen on the spot. What are you frozen for? Come on. Come on. Yeah. Bless him. He's got his ball in his mouth. You never know with dogs, when they freeze like that. Whether they're going to be okay or not. I think he was a friendly dog. Okay, so this is the Fakenham Road, and across the way there is Thorpe Marriott. Let's see if the road is clear if I push the button. Yep, we can go. This is how the track used to be, like this, kind of muddy and more rutty and stuff. Fucking fly in my ear. Fresh horse crap. Morning. Morning. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, this is Thorpe Marriott. So you can see the track here is not as nice, it's more degraded. So this train line of course fell victim to the beaching cuts when they cut all the local little train services through these places, which is ironic, isn't it? Because today, with people wanting transport through these little places, it's now not available. Of course, Thatcher, with their wonderful "make everyone a lorry driver" policy, self-employed, take the trains off the lines. You've gone from using one engine to haul stuff around to multiple engines, but there you go. Yeah, I don't like the Thatcher. It's very progressive things to do, but of course, you know, that's life. Anyway, good not get too political. So this part of the track is still hard pack, but it's going to get a bit worse further up unless they've done something to it. Further up it was like complete mud. So I was climbing that little tiny hill there, the entrance to this piece of track. And as my motor was drawing 1,100 watts, that's hauling me plus all this bike and all the equipment in the back of it. Quite a heavy load for it. But it's great. I mean, I can cycle so much further having the motor on. And getting older, my joints don't last as long during the day, they get more painful. So this takes all the weight off my limbs when I'm cycling. But I have cycled all this without any motor, obviously, before the e-bikes became a thing. So this is a new piece of road here, piece of track they put in for the new road they've put in. I've got a fly in my helmet. So 500 watts going up here at the moment. Quite a load. Going to stop here and check my bike as well. Make sure everything's still in place. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, so we're heading to Lenwade now. First will be Felthorpe, which is coming up very shortly. Fir Covent Road, Tavern, Felthorpe Junction. And again, the track gets a bit more crap here. And over the other side of this track it's going to get much worse normally, unless they've done something to it, but it was pretty horrendous on the other side. It was just pure mud. Thank you.
Right.
So it smells pretty awful here. There's a place on the right hand side that does biodegradable waste for making into methane. So all the food waste comes here and so forth. You can smell it from here, it stinks. Just perhaps saw a big white silo up on the bridge back there as well. That's where they create all the bacteria to break down the foods to make the gases. Okay, this is Felthorpe, Tavrum. Not quite. I look down. Don't look down. Pigeon, go away. So this part of the track is normally the worst part of all of it. But it's pretty good at the moment. It's getting narrower, it's the good sides of it are encroaching more and more on the track. Not quite as wide as what it was. You would struggle on this bit to overtake. Stay on the hard pack side. A pigeon had been eaten there by a hawk or something. All its feathers stripped off. What a horrible way to die. By hawk. Have your feathers torn off one by one, then your skin ripped off, and then your insides eaten while you're alive. Jesus. What a way to go. Well, I knew some people probably pay good money for that. Sorry about the continuous sniffing. I have various conditions that make me do that. Sinus, etc. Plus others. Okay, got a landfill site here to the left. This is where all the landfill goes on the left. That's at the back of Dayton Hills shooting ground in Tavrum, where the skeet traps get shot off over the landfill. So cruising around 15-16 miles an hour on this bike. It's using about 149 watts fairly continuously. Just take the load off my limbs. But if the motor fails or the battery fails, it's a real bitch to pedal it. So it's obviously stuck on a really small little cog at the back. So it's on a 1x, so. But we have to hope that doesn't happen. mud starts. So it's okay at the moment because it hasn't rained much, but in the winter time this part is really bad. That stick was laying directly down my path. I didn't see it at the last moment. Thank you. It's really overgrown here as well, eh? The track is very narrow. It never used to be this narrow. It used to be right towards the edge where the grasses are either side. It's certainly overgrown a lot since I last came. So this is going to come to an end very shortly. We have to join a road temporarily before we head to the last sort of steps through to Lenwade. There's a nice bench, there's a nice view. Nice view out there this morning. Look at that. Looks beautiful. Beautiful Norfolk. Very lucky to live here, eh? Wonderful place. Let's hope in time they don't put all housing over here. It's quite interesting this, when this does come to an end in a bit, someone's actually got some equipment still in their garden. It must have been a shunting yard there or something. Still got some signals and stuff in their garden from the old track. I don't think it's here, I think it's a bit further up. Well, it might be here actually. It is here. So yes, got the old signal there and the old gate. And I'm guessing there was some sort of shunting yard there. So there's even a piece of the track remaining in this guy's garden. Right there, Attlebridge Station it says. Looks like an old signal box here on the left as well. So whether it's actually from that era or he's just an enthusiast, but it looks quite big that it would have been some sort of yard of some description. But yeah, it's lovely. The old track. Okay, this is Attlebridge. We're going to be turning left here. There's a campsite and in there. We're going to be turning left here and continue on our track. So obviously the railway line went right across that road where the two gates were, but it's been slightly diverted around here. Pressure on my rear tyre. That may have gone down a little bit. That's a bit of a concern. Oop. So I always carry CO2 cartridges with me just in case it does deflate slightly. Being a new build, there's always that chance of a little leak. I didn't test it to be honest, so it's my own fault if it does leak. But we have the means of technology to repair quickly if we need to. But of course with the folding tyres you can run them on pretty low pressures if you so want, so there's no big drama. Continuing through now to Lenwade anyway. Then we'll turn around and head home. If the worst comes to the worst, always call the wife to get home. Come and pick me up. You can feel when it starts to deflate a little bit, you still get that movement at the back of the bike. A little bit of fishtailing. So I used Stan's rim tape. I normally use Gorilla tape, so that might be my fatal error here. But we're nearly there now, so I'm not quitting. Keep going. So again, this is an old part of the station here. This would have been Fakeman Station, Lenwade Station, sorry. And on the left side here, you can still see the station lights. And there's some remnants of the tracks and stuff. So if I just stop around here, so I'm able to see the old. So you can see it's kind of industrial. This was the station at Lenwade. I just keep remembering where I bloody am. Trouble when you get older. And you'll see some of the actual lighting is still here as well from back in the day. I think it's down here, there's a piece of track left. And yeah, so I think it's one of the old huts from the original line. So here you can see some of the original lighting on these posts, which would have been the shunting yard or whatever. Which of course now it's like a brick yard. So here's a piece of the old rail here. So there's a piece of rail there from the original line, and the sleepers across here, which would have been some sort of crossing here. And in here somewhere is a building. It might be overgrown and unseeable. There was like a guard's hut in the trees here. I don't think you can see it anymore, so it's covered over. So I run these tyres on this bike about 3 bar, so they're running pretty high, 40 psi, about 3, just under 3 bar. Just because of the amount of weight I'm carrying, really. The motor's really heavy, and the battery plus me, and my pannier bags, etc. That's Great Witchingham Hall there on the right. It used to be Bernard Matthews' home. It's well protected by the big fence all around it. The Turkey Tycoon. Ouch. Fuck, that was prickly. Shit. Yeah, it's still all hard standing on the left hand side. It would all been to do with the railway station that was here. I think it was like a shunting yard here and perhaps a depot for repairing the trains. So this line used to run out all the way to Sheringham and Cromer. It used to take soldiers out to the coast during the war. But Beeching, sadly, got rid of it all, as that's what he was sent to do. Definitely feel some fishtailing at the back. My time must be getting down a little bit. I'll have to look for a pinhole leak somewhere. That tyre slime is normally really forgiving. It normally fills up any little gaps. But I think I've got a very slow leak there somewhere. Okay, we made it to Lenwade. Got an idea on the map. Okay, so we started here at Hellesdon, gone all the way through here, and we're now here where it says you are here. There's some pictures of people actually working on the track back in the day. Lift track bed along Merritt's Way. Marvellous. Okay, I'm going to go and find somewhere to have a quick break. A quick vape. Shh. Yeah, rear tire's definitely spongy. So the bridge in pub that was there for years it's finished, it's all shut up. It's a nice view of the river. I think there are fishing lakes all the way around here. Okay, vape break. Okay, we're going to continue this quest back to Norwich. And it's now really humid, so jumper off. And it's 8:30 in the morning now, so we've been cycling for about an hour. Done close to 11-12 miles, I think. So I have to hope my tyre holds up, not I'll have to stick a CO2 cartridge in it and inflate it somewhat, but we shall see. Okay, and we're off. Oh, it's a bit cooler now. Up a bit higher so you can see. There we go. Let the ladies come through. Welcome. That piece of art there on the left was like a can opener. Again, it's a piece of the repurposed metal off this railway that was here. Sounds like grit in the rear brakes. I'm not sure my memory card will hold all this footage or not. I only brought one with me. Prickly bush. Pretty sure that guard's hut was here on the left somewhere. It looks like it's totally gone. Oh no, it's there. I can see it. It's actually between the trees there. It's some sort of workman's guard's hut from when there was a railway. Hope you can see that through there. It is still here. Pretty nice view from here of the river. And across the side. Meanders around there, you can see where it meanders where it's cut that big bit on the right hand side where it's flowing, creating its own new path each year. Okay, battery changed. On we go. I used to do road biking. I've gone to a few clubs in and around Norwich. Soaked my way up to Cromer and Sheringham places, but I'm definitely too old for that now. Velo Club Norwich, I think it was. And used to do mountain bike racing with Fit Signs in Norwich. Belonged to that club. That was good. Me and my mate Robert. Circle out towards Lowestoft and his crank snapped on his bike. Oh, that's some sort of memorial. Oh, that's so sad. 18 years old. Shit. Sorry, family. Jeez. It's a nice memorial to have there. Beautiful. I've gone silent because it made me a bit sad for a moment, wasn't it? But I guess, you know, we shouldn't be sad, as he enjoyed riding up and down here according to that placard. Life can go at any time, eh? The humidity is really high in the UK at the moment. It's pretty warm. I might take 5 minutes sitting on this bench, looking at the little bit higher. Quite a few trees down there. Morning. You seem to get back quicker than when you arrive. When you go somewhere, it seems to take forever. When you go back, you seem to get there really quickly. We're at the landfill site, back of Dayton Hills. Next stop is Ethel, no, not Outbridge, it's Fir Covert Road, Felthorpe Road, Crossroads. So I grew up around here, that's why I know. Well, it appears like I don't remember any of the names, but this is why I know this area quite well. I used to hang around all these places as a kid. But in my old age, I'm forgetting the names of everything. Pigeon remains. Thank you. It's okay. The dog was nearly a mascot on the front of my bike. I don't know what hour meter they had on here. There's kind of nowhere to really put it and mount it properly. It's kind of getting on my nerves. It always resets itself when you depower anyway, so I'm not really bothered about it. So that's gone. Very helpful for charging the batteries up though, I have to say. An optical illusion up ahead. That's a road going up a hill. Looks like it's all white out there. So this has been put here for this piece of road they put in. This new bit of dual carriageway across there and across this side. And there. Okay. That's 900 watts, which is pretty good. It's helping me there tremendously. No 0 watts. Thanks. I don't normally break down them hills, but being in a fairly recent build, I'm just going cautiously. Thank you.
Not speeding.
Speedy indeed. Very slow for me. 10 miles under where I normally am. But it's fine. So lovely having that weight on your limbs in this cycle. No pressure on your knees or hips. E-bikes are just so marvellous. What a great idea. Mine's just a DIY Frankenstein bike, it's not even a proper e-bike as such. There we go. Thorpe Merritt. Next stop, Drayton. Avoid the horse shit. Shit, that made me jump. He was cutting the tree down, so it's falling my way. So I believe you can go from here to Alsham. Then you could cycle Alsham to Wroxham, which would be a nice bike ride. And I believe it's all off track, off road. Sorry, I don't think any of it's on the road. So I might try that one these days. I've done the Alsham to Wroxham before. That's a really narrow little gauge track. It's a quarter the size of this. Need enough space for your handlebars. Thank you. Fakenham Road. Fakenham Road to Drayton coming up. In we go. We can now. There was a guy back there cutting the tree down, and I didn't trigger what was going on. I saw was a big tree falling. I thought it was coming across the track, but it was miles away. Peripheral vision. Okay, Taverham. From Taverham to, this is Taverham Road, to Station Road. Shitty piece of track. That's okay, I'll go right. Thank you. Okay, Drayton to Hellesdon. Well, I'll be Cossey first, but this is Drayton. £700 pull up the hill. Ball bike. Back to the hard packed shale. So it was 8 miles ago we left Lenwade. So when I first started work I had to cycle this from Taven every day to go to work. So I'm quite used to this track. It was so muddy then. I think I started towards autumn, so I had all the winter time to cycle. That was a squirrel. So that was good fun. Dark mornings down here, 7:30 in the morning or 7 o'clock, cycling to site. And then cycling from site to somewhere else. And then eventually cycling directly to site. The bike is just basically assisting me here at the moment. I'm pedalling quite hard. Lenwade's now 10 miles behind us. And the bike battery has dropped considerably down to 3 bars. I've never known that to do that before. Oh, when I had the front wheel drive, that never ever came off full. That's the first time ever that battery has dropped since I've been riding this bike. So that's pretty interesting. So that's 20 something miles so far, I believe. 21 miles, something like that. 3/4 of battery left. It's gone back up again now, it's because I'm putting load on, right? Yeah, so with load on, 3 bars. So I think they all do that. Once you release your throttle, I think that goes back to full. There's obviously no regen on it or nothing, it's just battery states with no load on it. Coming down the right side. Thank you. So it makes you wonder, with front wheel drive motors, is the load etc. a lot less? I've never ever had that battery drop down like that with my front wheel drive. But the problem with the front wheel drive is just the sheer weight on the steering. It's too heavy. Thank you. So we've been through Cossey just back there. Now we're heading to Hellesdon. Yeah, 3 bars. I think with batteries, when you take the load off, of course they go back to their normal voltage, but obviously the capacity is not there, but the actual voltage is there. cars here a chance to see. So that approach there needs to be cut back. That's dangerous. You can't see when you're in your car. You can't see that. People approaching that track. I had it yesterday driving.